like to practice making videos is to shoot some everyday routine. So in this case, it's breakfast. For me, it's easier to shoot things when I have a script and kind of a shot list. And so shooting an everyday routine like making breakfast, today I'm gonna make oatmeal, there's a pretty clear kind of script to it. I'm gonna get the pots and the oatmeal ingredients and the bowls and whatever out. Then I'm gonna make the oatmeal. That's kind of it. Boil the milk, pour the oats in, stir it around a bit. When it's done, pour it into a bowl, add some agave and chia seeds and blueberries, and then I'm done. What that allows me to do is then to mess around with getting different shots, especially because it's a fairly boring thing. But that's why I like to use this to practice, because it's very simple, very straightforward. And it's also not something I'm gonna be doing for really for show other than making this video. It's just practice. Let's get started. All right, so first shot is to get the pot out. And so pot is right down here, so I'm gonna set up this down here for kind of like a shot looking up. So I know the pot is right there. I want this to be like somewhat prominent, so maybe I'm even gonna bring it a little closer. And that's that. All right, so what I'm doing right now is, since I have this wide shot, I figure I'll just use it and I'll capture shots of me getting all the different ingredients. I'll have to put them back so that I can redo them as like the close-ups, but in this case, this is a good angle for me to just get kind of a safety net of shots. I'll do that again because I like started thinking as I was going there and I didn't like that I did that. All right, and so those are all the wide shots. And so now I gotta put everything back away. I need to remember the order in which I got stuff out. So it'll be pot, bowl, measuring cup, oatmeal, milk. And yeah. All right, so that's enough there. I'll set focus now while I have the pot there, because then that'll make things easier for when I bring it back. Now I can just do close-up of getting the bowl out, getting the measuring cup out, getting the oatmeal out. So, this goes there. This is what makes shooting this so tedious. It's simple in the sense of we're just making oatmeal, but because there are all the different shots and you're redoing stuff, you're building in redundancies to make it more seamless to cut together the different shots. That just is what makes it take so long. This is a risky, no, I don't want to do that. That's too far back. Okay, so this is gonna be one of those cases where I'm gonna be holding it like this as I go to reach. Okay, so we need to go higher. So I'll get a little handheld, which is kind of cool. Okay. So I like that because that gives kind of like a first person feel to it. So now let's get the measuring cup out. So for this, we can go to a low shot again because it's right there. We'll change the aperture to 2 so that we don't have to jump the ISO too much. And we'll go to like a 3200. Seems good. So. Now I need to get the oatmeal. Oatmeal's in here. It's actually, I think you should be able to see, like right here. And so it's again a tricky one because I could, well, let's see if we can set up right here. Actually, this will work. This kind of twins with the shot where I have the oats right here and it's the close-up this way of maybe people catch the oats when I open the pantry and reveal that that's what I'm grabbing. But in case they don't, then we'll have the other shot to like kind of confirm it. Because I have the other shots where I'm kind of like presenting the stuff right here, I don't want to jump too much to the other side, but I do want to have a different angle than just that angle, and especially because I'm shooting at the same focal length. It's not like I can just go from 24 millimeters to 70 millimeters. This is all at 35 millimeters, which means to have shot variety and have the variety feel like not like a weird jump cut. I actually need to move the camera somewhat. Ideally, I would be able to move it back here, but because I'm going to be pouring and because of the limitation I gave myself of working with the tabletop tripod, I can't put the camera right here. And if I put it back there, it's too close to that wide shot, which I already have. And so I could put it over here, but then I don't know if it'd be jarring to like jump like that. So I think what I'm gonna do is put it where, move the teapot and put the camera right there. Okay, I think this is gonna work. I'm gonna pour the oats in here and then I'm gonna pour there into the bowl. And I wanna get all that in like one shot. Now we're gonna need to cheat a little because I actually like this angle too for when I pour the milk. I did leave myself a little room towards the top of where I need the milk to be for actually cooking this stuff, just in case I wanna do like a handheld overhead shot. For now, let's just get this shot of getting the milk out. And so I'm gonna open the fridge because I need to set focus, but then also set the, need you out of the way. So now we're gonna try to get this overhead shot when I'm pouring the milk in. I may end up pouring more milk than I'm gonna need, but that's fine. I'd rather that be the case. And then I'm gonna set like a 2.8 aperture just to give me a little wiggle room. And then I'm gonna try to like somewhat hook this into me for stability, but then also stability in terms of like maintaining the shot where I want it to be. Okay. It's more milk than I need, so I'm gonna pour some out a little bit. Or I guess I'll drink it. Because I did the overhead shot for the pour of the milk, that actually gives me an opportunity to change the angle. And so I'm gonna take advantage of that and shoot over here because, well, it's just a different angle. And let's get some variety in here. And I like this angle because the pot is in the foreground and the milk's somewhat in the background. And so that'll give me a nice angle to get the milk going into the pot. Plus it presents the pot as prominent of like, okay, we're gonna be focused on the pot now. I'm gonna use my hand to kind of gauge where the milk will be for setting focus. Yeah, I got like right there, so I need to be focused. Right here. This is one of those leap of faith type shots. You hope that you have the focus right. You hope you pour it kind of where you've set the focus to. Bring up the exposure a bit. I'll probably want to return to this angle, but I want to get a shot of me turning on the burner. And for that, I want to get a close-up. So I'm just gonna move this around to like here. And that's that. Now we just get kind of, it's not really a time lapse, but something of a time-lapse type shot. Really, I just want to have a shot of the milk as it's boiling and bubbling up. So I want to get a little bit higher for that. Ooh. So what I forgot to do there was turn down the burner, so even when I put it back, the water was still, or the milk was still boiling over. And now I'll quickly get a shot of me turning up the burner, only to turn it down. So we got the burner shot. Now like these are just gonna kind of cook. There's not much for me to do, so I'm gonna get a shot of me stirring the oats, or like kind of a shot that's looking up at me as I'm stirring the oats. And now, since it's exposed back there, because I wanted the coffee in focus, but now I want to like, in case I want like a weird little shot of my Ted Lasso mug. And just another like potentially interesting shot, something to spice it up. This part, while cooking the oats, is like the one downtime that I get. It's the most boring part of it in terms of like if I just had one static shot, it would be hard to like be cutting to the different things. But it gives me an opportunity to be thinking through, okay, what are different shots I can be getting to make this somewhat more interesting? And so I want to be able to have to cut to different things so that I can quickly cut to the oats being done, being poured in the bowl. And on that note, I need to start thinking about how I'm gonna pour those in the bowl. I try to like think ahead somewhat to, okay, when I have those transition points, those points where it's the oats going from the pot to the bowl, can I give myself a couple different options of how I may want to cut that, or to show different stages of that process, similar to how I had the different shots of me getting the bowls out or the oats out or the milk. I had the wide shot of me doing it, and then I had some of the close-ups of me doing it, just because that gives me more options. And really when I'm in the edit, I want to have more options, especially because I'm filming all of this by myself. And so as much as I try to be thorough and thinking out the different shots and thinking out the continuity, there's always going to be a risk that I'm going to miss stuff, that there's going to be these gaps. And so I try to get as many shots to fill those gaps, or to give me options of how I might be able to fill those gaps in the edit as possible. This is almost done, so now I need to set up for the pour shot. I need you out of here though. Let me save some of this so then I can cut to a head-on angle. Bring you back like this. At the end, I got a little rushed. I have work, so I can't overdo it. I also need to actually eat this breakfast before I start work. So to finish things off, I'm gonna move this over to here so I can sit at the counter and eat. So that'll be something for me to cut to. All right, so that's all of it. Done shooting. I'm gonna eat, then I'm gonna get to work, and hopefully tonight, see about the edit.